A high-flying Wall Street broker with an MBA can easily go bankrupt, while a gas station attendant and janitor named Ronald Read quietly retired with $8 million in his savings account. This happens because financial success isn't an IQ test, it's a behavioral soft skill. It depends much less on what you know and much more on how you act. Yet most of us live in a state of constant anxiety. We avoid checking our bank statements because the numbers feel like an indictment, and we carry a perpetual sense that we are falling behind an invisible standard. This stress is often an inheritance. If you grew up in a house where money was a source of conflict, or where you constantly heard that wealthy people are greedy, you likely absorbed those blueprints before you were old enough to open an account. You're operating on scripts you didn't write. To stop being a victim of these narratives, we have to act as a translator. We need to take the intimidating jargon of the financial world and turn it back into plain, accessible English. Learning this vocabulary is the first step towards moving from a state of constant avoidance to a state of security. First, we have to look at the hardware, the mechanical rules of the system. Forces like taxes and inflation act as invisible drains, slowly eroding the value of the cash sitting in your wallet every single day. Because the system is designed to pull money away from you, you have to master its most powerful counterforce, compound interest. In plain English, compounding means earning interest on your interest. You earn profit on your initial dollar, which produces clones that also earn. This requires one ingredient: time. Patiently letting clones multiply transforms initial gains into an exponential vertical spike. Warren Buffett is the ultimate proof of this timeline. He is worth over $100 billion today, but 99% of that wealth arrived after his 60th birthday. He simply outweighted the market. These mechanics are entirely neutral. They don't care about your background. Understanding how to translate them is the only way to make the system work for you instead of against you. But the math is only half the story. We also have to update the software, the human psychology that drives our choices. Our primal urges are often the biggest threat to our financial hardware. When we buy luxury items we can afford, we're usually trying to buy status. We spend money to impress strangers who are actually too busy worrying about their own lives to even look at the driver. This is the happiness gap. A simple equation: your current reality on one side minus your expectations on the other. Social media drops a heavy weight onto the expectations side. The gap widens, making us feel poor despite rising income. We can translate a $100 savings deposit as an immediate purchase of freedom. Instead of trading your hours for a paycheck, you are handing over cash today to buy back $100 worth of your future time. Having a genius-level understanding of compound interest is useless if you lack the emotional discipline to manage your own expectations. The ultimate goal of this language is a hard distinction between being rich and being wealthy. Being rich is having the income to buy flashy things. Wealth is the money you haven't spent, the assets that grant you independence. The Vanderbilt family illustrates the danger of being rich without being wealthy. Despite their $500 billion legacy, the Vanderbilt heirs were notoriously miserable. Their money dictated every social move they made, leaving them with no personal independence. To avoid that trap, you can start your own freedom fund. Automate a small percentage of every paycheck to move into savings before you even see it. It takes the decision out of your hands. Next, treat your bank balance like a vital health metric. Check it every single day. The 10 seconds it takes to look at the numbers removes the power that ignorance and fear have over your choices. Finally, try to reset your expectations. When Stephen Hawking was diagnosed with ALS at 21, he said his expectations were reduced to 0. Because he expected nothing, every small gain for the rest of his life felt like a bonus. Money is not a yardstick for your self-worth or your status. It is simply a tool to buy back your own time, your peace, and your lifelong independence.